Hi everyone, I just finished this very vintage looking junk journal, so I wanted to show it to you. The book cover is burgundy book cloth and it was kind of rough to the touch, so I gave it a good sanding. And there's a really nice fleur-de-lis embossing on the front. There's gold writing on the spine, which looked really good. And then I added a closure made out of keys. So there's a key on the front and a key on the back, and I just added a little metal embellishment to the keys. And then my seam binding, which is coffee dyed, is just looped through the key. So this is meant to be a writing journal. It's very chunky, but I didn't embellish it a lot so that there would be a lot of space for writing. Everything's coffee dyed. There's scrapbook paper from Recollections, and then there's plain coffee dyed paper, and there's graph paper. So on the inside, front and back covers, I used my newsprint paper bags. And then I've got a little organza bag here that I also coffee dyed. There's a few little embellishments in there, and a garment pin and a little flower charm. On the edge of every first page of each signature, I added one of these little trim pieces. I tend to like doing this after my book is bound. I will cut a strip of coffee dyed paper and put it through the Martha Stewart edge punch, and then I add the strip to the edge of the first page of each signature. It just adds a little detail when you're looking at your book from the side. So there's some book paper in here as well, book pages. This one here is sheet music. I left this one plain. The coffee dyeing I did was in the oven, and I used a baking pan that has the grid pattern on the bottom. So this turned out really nice for writing on because it's actually a nice guide for writing. I used a heart punch here on the top of this book page. A little paper bag. Inside there's just a little message note page. Graph paper. This here is a piece of muslin, and I did some stamping on it, and then I stitched the edge. This is the other side of the bag. Just a little Rolodex card with some lace on it. Here I've got a fold down journaling spot, and I punched out a butterfly on the front piece. Again, a punch. This one here I actually created as a tuck spot. And then this guest check here is coffee dyed. There's some stitching on the bottom, and I stamped some butterflies on it. This inventory tag, I just added some flat back pearl trim. Another paper bag, and inside there's a weekly to-dos and a little note page. This is a ledger page from January 20th, 1921. Another book page. A glassine bag. And on the inside there's some writing space there. And then this little envelope I just glued to the bag, and I added these little merchandise tags. Another piece of muslin with a butterfly stamp and some stitching, and I just placed it on top of this little quote here, or sentiment. Another tuck spot, journaling spot, and this stamp here, and some stitching. And this is a postcard with a scene that looks French, and I just distressed that a little bit because it was very shiny, so I wanted to make it look a little older. I love this image here. A few of the same. Another piece of muslin. And this is an envelope. And there's a journaling spot. And this little tag has some lace and a butterfly charm hanging on a garment pin. And that's it. Now before I go, I want to talk about something I'm going to try to do through 2017, and that's to give shout outs to some YouTube channels and crafters that I actually enjoy watching. I am not a big YouTube person, but once in a while somebody catches my eye and I just want to recognize them. So I'll probably be mentioning channels that don't have a lot of subscribers yet, and so I'm hoping that that'll help them get bigger and get more noticed. So the first one I want to talk about is a lady that I met a few years ago through the Facebook groups, and she's just so talented, and the way she uses my digis is just amazing. And she's not so much into junk journals, but she loves to decorate her home using digis and all kinds of recycled materials. And her name is Pernilla, and her channel is Pernilla7400. So if you're curious about the kind of stuff she does, I would go check her out. She's very sweet and extremely talented. So if you have any questions about my junk journal, you can leave a message below or contact me on Facebook or on my website. Thanks for watching. Bye!